Hey guys, it is Chelsea Curran, and today this is a long time coming. This video was technically done a while ago, or we had the stuff to do the video, but we haven't sat down to do it. I did another DNA test now about 2 months ago, probably a little bit longer than 2 months ago now. I did a video doing a DNA test with MyHeritage.com, and the results made no sense whatsoever to me at all. It just made zero sense, but it was ridiculous, and I didn't believe that was accurate. So I reached out to 23andMe and said, I took a DNA test. I don't believe the results. I want to do another one. And they sent me actually 2 kits. So I dragged my brother along with me on this one to see what our results, compare and contrast them to see how much they're alike and how different they are. This video is not sponsored, but I do want to say thank you to 23andMe for sending me the kits. Greatly appreciate it. They came in very fast. MyHeritage took about 4 weeks to come in. These, I want to say, came in within 2 weeks. They were really, really fast. The results came in. So that was really nice. And the results are very different from what I got from MyHeritage, but his and mine are very similar, and it makes more sense when it comes to like the rest of our family and what they've gotten and our family history. So we're gonna go. I printed them out and kind of compare what siblings get on a DNA test, and then also how much of a Neanderthal we are, because I think it's really funny that they give you how much of a Neanderthal you are. So keep on watching if you want to see our DNA results. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, like this video, and comment if you've taken a DNA test and if you got some shocking results. And let's get into this. So if you saw the other one, I came up as 0% Irish, which made no sense to me whatsoever. And it was a big joke in my family because we're always considered just Irish. We don't really talk about anything else but the Irish. This time around, though, it was very different. And you got more than I did, right?
About like 9% more than you are, or 10% more.
What did you get?
So I'm 58.1.
Okay. So how they do it, though, is they break it up again. I'm going to put our results probably between us. They break it up. It says British and Irish. And then below that, it says just Ireland. Just Ireland, where the last one was just England. I got 47.9% Irish. I'm also not 100% European, but you are. Yeah, I got 99.8% European. I also got 0.1% broadly East Asian and 0.1% broadly Sub-Saharan African. So I have those two. We also both got Ashkenazi Jewish. I think that's how you pronounce it. I got this on my last one too, and I don't know how to pronounce it. And you have more than
13
me.
and a half. You're
12.2% of that. And then you got German too, right? Because it said French and Germany, but then German. It broke down as just German. What did you get for German?
9.2.
9.6. That's by far the closest so far.
We were identical on no.
No, how much did you get for Scandinavian?
1.7.
I'm 5.4.
And then you got...
Interesting. What did you get for... Did you get Eastern European?
I'm not Eastern European at all.
I have Eastern European, but I have Ukrainian, specifically 1.7%.
And then I got 0.5% Italian.
I didn't have any Italian. But I did get Southern European, broadly Southern European, so I don't know, but they weren't able to, when they say broadly, they're not able to identify a specific country at all, but I got 2.9%. Did you get Iberian at all?
0.2.
I have 0.6. So Iberian is the Spain and Portugal in that area. Did you get Balkan?
0.2 also.
0.2. Exact. That's our first one.
That's the first one exact.
Now Balkan that's Greek, right? Balkan area. Those countries in that area. That's not just specifically narrowed down to Greece. Now I also got broadly Northwestern European, which very well could be
the only real Northwestern European country we have
is Ireland. But it could be, there is Scottish in our family. We know that. And there is some English in our I wish there was Welsh, but that's fine. It's a weird thing. I don't know why I'm obsessed with Wales. I just am. Well, it might be because of Meghan and Kelly. Friends of mine, their stepfather is Welsh, but I think it's also Doctor Who. But anyway, I got 15.6% broadly Northwestern European.
14.8.
Okay, and then I got just broadly European. Did you get any broadly?
1.2.
3.5. So they're similar enough because they're not going to be identical because we're not identical. And I just think it's interesting, though, that I'm not... In the last one, I was 100% European, and this one I'm not.
You're as close to 100% as possible. possible.
Excuse me, 0.2%. But what's really cool is that I like that they do this, and again, I'll put it up here, is they break down what generation they
We're able to trace it back to.
Yeah, so I think that's cool. So you know just how far back that goes. So for the British and Irish, it either goes back between 1 and 3 generations from 1960 to 1900. And I'm assuming this is probably all going to be the same. I'm looking at ours.
Actually, you have different generation years than I do.
Really?
Because you're older, I assume.
That's
Yours are
by
off by
much.
10 years.
Oh.
We do have different years for the generations.
Ooh, but don't forget Keenan's birthday is in this too.
That's right.
So when we did this originally, you can get away with a crime now.
I can.
It's going to go under Keenan's name. So when we did this originally, it was supposed to be Keenan. Well, you were supposed to do it, this video. And then he wasn't available to film. So I said, oh, Keenan, do you want to just do it with me? So we signed him up. We registered the kit in his name and never got around to filming it. So then finally, when I went to film it, he said he could film it. So it's under my brother Keenan's name and my brother's birthday and everything. So all his papers and all of his stuff say Keenan. And so does it say when we come up as relatives. We share like 49% of our DNA, I think is what it came to. And that, it was like 49 point something percent. And that was, it says Keenan. It also came up with one of my dad's cousin's sons, DJ, came up on it as a relative. What was your years though for Irish and British and Irish?
So just 1970 and then all the way back to 1910.
Oh, okay.
Just 10 years difference.
Okay. What
Same
about
generation gaps.
And then 2 to 4 for the Ashkenazi Jewish.
French to German, we are different on.
Oh, we are.
I'm 3 to 5.
Oh, I'm 4 to 7. How does that happen? Because it's the same people.
I'm not a scientist. I don't.
Because it would be the same, no matter what the percentages. The years of the people would be the same. They're the same people.
Yeah.
Scandinavian, are you 5 to 8?
5 to 8 again.
And then Eastern European. You didn't have Eastern European.
No.
Iberian.
5 to 8 also.
5 to 8 plus, and then 6 to 8 plus for Balkan.
And then I have 5 to 8 plus for Italian.
How much of a Neanderthal are you?
Well, you should explain it. Out of 2,872 variants, they tell you how many you have. I have 298.
I have 289. So this is more than 71% of 23andMe customers.
More than 82%.
It also breaks down like of different character traits, which this makes no sense whatsoever. So it says 0% of my Neanderthal variants have anything to do with having straight hair.
Straighter hair,
Which my hair isn't straight. My hair is quite wavy. This is in its natural form.
The next one's interesting.
This is weird. You have the same one, right? The dark chocolate one? Okay, so apparently we are less likely to... we have 0 variants associated with reducing the tendency to sneeze after eating dark chocolate. I didn't know people sneeze after eating dark chocolate. This is where now the science part of it, I don't know if I can believe it. Because it seems absurd. This is like a pseudoscience. This is like horoscopes, I feel like I'm reading.
I feel like they're just trying to have fun.
I feel like, this is just some bored scientists in a lab, which if I was a scientist, I would do this all the time. I'd mess with people. I have 0 Neanderthal variants associated with having less back hair.
So that means you'd have more back hair.
So I would have a hairy back. Do you have a hairy back?
I do not have a hairy back. It says I have 0 variants for a hairy back.
Okay. And I have 1 variant, though, associated with your height. But that doesn't say whether you're supposed to be... if you're supposed to be taller or shorter. So what does that mean? Because you're relatively tall, I guess.
Just under 6 foot, and you're...
I'm 5'2". So we're on very different ends of the spectrum here. But it tells you, though, the Neander Valley, and it's Germany. Is that your same thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of cool.
Well, this is all... Then they give you the whole history of Neanderthals.
There were 7 pages. I didn't print them. I just printed the first 2. So in those rest of those 5 pages may have actually been the explanation behind this. Clearly, I didn't read it. So actually, with few exceptions, sub-Saharan African populations have no Neanderthal ancestry, which my 0.1% is the reason I have less Neanderthal in me than you. There we go. My 0.1% is the reason I am less of a Neanderthal than you are. I'm going to call you a Neanderthal. I also, because I'm a big Bang Theory fan, I also am looking at the short, robust, and the tiny. I think of is it homunculus, right? Is the word?
Homunculus.
Homunculus. Penny calls him a homunculus. But anyway, I think this is was more pleasantly surprised with this compared to MyHeritage, because I think this seemed more accurate to what we knew of our family heritage than the other one did.
And it matched with family members that did even other ones other than MyHeritage. But...
Well, MyHeritage, I had one family member that did, but that was probably the only one that's done it. And same thing with this. It's only you and I guess DJ that we associated with. But they do show other family members, but I don't know them. They're too far back. But at least there was one that I do know, and I was like, oh, I know you. You are a family member. But our family, our grandmother and our aunt had done Ancestry.com. But I don't know if I really feel like I need to take another one. No. This one was also weird. So I also realized that I didn't explain how the DNA was collected, which is what we filmed beforehand, which is you had to spit in a cup.
Repeatedly.
It was like a little vial, and you had to spit in it till you get to the certain line. Now, for MyHeritage, it was just a swab, which was easy. In a swab for like 30 seconds. But this, you had to spit into a little vial, and they told you how long it should take, but we were faster than the time it should take, so we should be proud of ourselves. We can spit faster than other people. I don't know if that's a weird thing to say. That's a weird thing to say.
That's a weird thing to say.
Oh well, it's fine. All right, anyway, have you ever tried any of these DNA testing? Do you think they're accurate, or do you think it's a pseudoscience? Do you think there is any science really behind it, or is it just like throwing darts? Just seeing what you get, like red jumpsuit apparatus.
That's how you choose a name.
Yeah, that's how they got their name. They just threw darts. So maybe it's just like that. They put a wheel of ethnicities and they just start throwing darts and see what happens.
And that's what you get.
Yeah, they're pretty good dart throwers though.
Love to know how you throw 0.1% of a dart.
Well, it's out of the amount of darts they throw, and they take the percentage of them. You take a bunch of darts, right?
How many darts you'd have to throw to end up with 0.1%?
A lot.
1,000 darts.
Okay, so they throw 1,000 darts. That's why it takes so long. It takes weeks to go. So they just keep throwing the darts over the course of the 4 weeks. All right, this is spinning out of control. Don't forget to like this video. Comment down below if you've done these DNA tests and if you approve of my dartboard theory, because I like this dartboard theory. We should do that though.
Throw 1,000 darts.
Throw 1,000 darts and see if we get as accurate as this DNA test is.
Leave it at that.
All right. Subscribe to Cat Country, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you next time. Bye.